Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. I just want to fall on you. So about 5 minutes. Waiting and to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just want to fall on you. To show the devils you ain't nothing to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, West. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Man, this shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe it. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, VJ. Hear them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. On my grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be churching. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. When he cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with his virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas, we eat. I'm in this bitch with the Ivys. Say, all y'all do the street. Jay Hollis through the street. When nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass obsolete. He ain't one of us, hit the lead. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, bitch, I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we pace. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit. I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngins did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us, he a breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead.
Jay-Z, you know the chop. Aya Sahab, badness no sir. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay, boy. You must see one back this prayer. When the map stick raise that big straight. Two shot misplace. The key them in your head stop misbehav. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this place. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up. We no take beat up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. My heart them brothers, them wake up. Take care, boss boy, head top shake up. So tell a pussy world don't violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face, you straight up. Great stuff, one Westling bigger than NATO. Man we boss it to NATO. Only man we afraid that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehav. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds.
You understand? You done found a new breed of Hebrews that stand and walk with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they rather link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaica, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, and it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to prophets. My nigga serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed the up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. No, it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and know your ass need to stop and ask you. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to one with step. I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent. I got it. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no losses. Ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace. Just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got you, baby mother on high. Your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets. That baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch. I can afford it. I prepare slaughter. You bring me my water. Push your leaders weak. Let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets weekly podcast.
And the virgin, every race in the movie.
You are not the trust
We are not to trust you. Trust it, we are not to trust you.
Send in your questions to AskYeTheProphets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
He speaketh of his Lord.
The white man made himself be the Egyptians and the Israelites. And the Persians. Every race in the movie.
Most High in Christ, Shalom. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. I am Priest and General Mayaka Allah. To my left is Priest and Officer Yediah, and we got Priest and Officer Ibad in the house, rocking it out. Again, just a quick announcement. Next week, the ISUPK, everybody who can make it, we're going to converge on Vegas next week. Next weekend, we're going to get it, not this weekend coming, but the following one, November 10th, all that weekend. We're going to get it in Vegas, man, brotherhood, sisterhood, the fellowship, you know what I'm saying, and build each other up, man. Our relationship with each other is the most precious thing in the Bible, man. That's why the Lord said, if you say you love God but not your brothers, you are a liar. You understand? Because there's no way you can hate your brothers and look at your brothers with animosity, you know what I'm saying, or some kind of disdain and claim you love and serve the Most High. That's ridiculous. You understand? Because one of his great commandments is to love your brothers, man. And not love them how you want to love them, not love them how they love you, but love them the way you want to be loved. That's what the scripture said. Christians get that twisted. You understand? Christians say, well, you ain't do that for me, so why should I do that for you? That ain't what the Bible say. You know what I'm saying? The Bible didn't say love your brother the way he loved you. The Bible say love your brother as you want to be loved. I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? You understand? So that's how you do it. The way you want him to treat you is how you treat them, your brothers and your sisters. So first, I'm gonna get that email, Yediah, the Jelani Days email. You understand? We're gonna go into that because I know y'all heard. I think it was last week sometime. The mother, Jelani Day, the mother of her brother that was found in the damn water. You understand? They pulled him out of the water, and you understand it was real suspicious because she said, you know, he loved life. You know what I'm saying? He was a bright son, and you know what I'm saying, look forward to the future. He would not kill himself, and that's a very rare thing for blacks to do, man. You know what I mean? Black Israelites, we normally don't kill ourselves, especially, you know, we in school, we got a job, you know what I'm saying? We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We don't really do that. So it's real suspicious, but enough attention hasn't been put on it like they just did this white girl. She was all over the news for a week. Oh, we got a video of her and her boyfriend. Where they at? Where's he at? Oh, we found her body now. Now we got to look for him. It was a big deal over this oppressor's daughter. Right. You understand? But we don't get no attention when things like that happen to us, when we go missing. When our families are crying and wondering where we at and fear something has happened. They pulled the brother out the water. You understand? The mother want a more hardcore investigation, which is right. You know what I'm saying? They should be looking at it and putting it on the news and doing just like they did for the little white girl recently. You understand? You got it? Get that.
Jelani Day's mother was shown inability.
So he was also in a Greek fraternity. You know, he wasn't in the truth. You understand? In school in a Greek fraternity, and his fraternity and his mother, his family, wants an investigation, man. They want the feds to get involved. They want them to put as aggressive and aggressive. They want them to aggressively attend to this case and investigate, just like they did recently with the white girl. I forget her name. I don't know if y'all remember her name. Found her body that then think her husband killed her. You know what I'm saying? Then found his body somewhere. You understand? There's a lot of attention on that for weeks, every day in the news. And my kids was like, why they keep showing this white girl on TV? You understand? You know, like it was so important. Why? Because that's their baby. You understand? She can't go, you know, we can't forget about her. Never. There's only blacks and Hispanics they want you to forget about.
but we won't. Her family's doing the right thing. I mean, the brother's family doing the right thing by making some noise about it, man, and getting it put out there. You know, look into, you know, what happened to my son. Because most likely, this is what she ain't saying, or I've been heard her say, but they think it was a murder. Of course. They think, why did he get in the water? Why would he get in the water? You understand? They think our oppressor put him in that water, did something to him, and it would make sense. Go ahead. She having like the third autopsy done because there was rumors that his organs was gone, but she was saying, well, the autopsy people said it is not. His organs is not gone, but so she having a whole third autopsy done just to check everything and make sure to see what know what's going on. Because once again, everybody's against Israel. Everybody's against these 12 tribes. The damn mortician is against the Israelites. You understand? The people who do the autopsy is against us. They lie, take the damn organs out them damn cells and get money for it. You understand? You want to say something?
If I can, sir, there was a story that you all covered, on Black Watch with Commander General Yohana about how black babies are better off with black doctors and nurses. Like, it's just not just them. You know what I mean? Everybody is against our people, sir. Salak.
God, I remember that story. You know what I'm saying? They say we have a much higher survival rate when we have black doctors and black nurses because we care for us more than they do. Right. They could give a damn. It's their job. They get that money from insurance, and that's that. They don't go take no extra effort to make sure you're good. You understand? That's to go the same hand in hand with them not wanting to prescribe the right pain medicine to blacks and Hispanics. Because in their mind, they think we can tolerate it more than their sons and daughters get. They get their sons and daughters. They offer them when they in the doctors that need some pain medicine. They offer them, well, let me give you this. Let me give you this. I've heard stories where white people had to say, well, no, that's enough. I'm good. Where black people ask for the same medicine, it's like, well, I'm not sure if your insurance covers that. I don't think you need that much. Give them like 3 pills to take home with them. You understand? When they in some horrible pain. It's ridiculous, man. Everybody's against us. All we got is each other and the Most High in Christ. But that's all we need. Ain't nobody stronger than the Most High in Christ. So that's all we need. Go ahead.
The former fraternity and the mother of an Illinois graduate student whose body was found floating in a river are asking FBI to look into his mysterious death. Khan. The new S1 chapter of the Omega Phi Phi fraternity at Alabama A&M University started an online petition Thursday demanding federal as state authorities to take over the investigation from the Bloomington Police Department into the death of 25-year-old Jelani Day.
And where did this happen again at?
In Illinois, sir.
In Illinois. So now they want it stepped up, man. They want an investigation. They want to know what the hell happened, what's going on. And we want to know the truth. Don't just brush our son off. Go ahead.
Khan. This agency has shown the inability to handle a case of this nature, the fraternity said in a letter to state federal officials included with the petition.
Go ahead.
Khan. Jelani is loved and represents the absolute best of our beloved fraternity. Therefore, bringing those responsible for this heinous act to justice is not a request but a demand, the letter said.
This is his friends. His friends and family want action. They want to know what's going on because the brother was pulled out of the water. You understand? Okay. No sweat. The brother was pulled out of the water, and they want to know what the hell's going on. You understand? They want to know what the hell happened, man. They want to know the truth. Don't just brush it off. Oh, we found him in the water. He must have drowned. That's that. Gone forever. That's that. No, y'all gonna put some attention to this and find out what happened. Who was he with? You understand? What made him get in the water? They got technology. They can do all that, man. Find forensic DNA and all type of things, man. Pull out them video cameras they got everywhere. They go to that extreme for themselves, just not us. So we demand it. That's the only time they will move to try to do something for us is if we make enough noise about it. If it gets national attention, you understand. Go to the next one. Then I'll get the scriptures on it. Go to what's it called? The families. Come.
Families of missing black men plead for resources and accountability from police.
You hear that? And that's not Jelani Days. Jelani Days, her son ain't the only one. She ain't the only family trying to get some justice or trying to find out what actually happened to their loved one. You understand? A lot of families of black missing and men been disappearing. You understand? Men been disappearing off these streets, man, for years now. You understand? What's happening to our black men? What's happened? You'll find out. Listen, we're going to find out all this, man. Sooner or later, we're going to find out what our oppressor is doing, man. Black men go missing. It sounds a little dirty to me, like some Caucasian hands that's in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Our children go missing. That's these heathens, man. Taking people. There's a big market for organs. You understand? There's a big market for different things. It's not readily available in the hospital, and rich people is sick as hell because they eat everything they find under a rock. Need them organs. They'll pay some people, man, for murder. Snatch you up and put you in some ice, brother, and put them organs in some ice. We got to be aware on these streets because they've been at war with us for a long time, and we still smoking weed. We still getting high. We still popping pills. All we think about is when we got off work so we can go party and get high and drunk. While we walking around stupid from drugs, you understand? They snatching you off the goddamn streets, man. Y'all ain't ready for this war. Our oppressor is the most subtle beast on the planet, man. And he done plotted against us and been plotting against us and been at war with us, and we still acting like children, man. Just read on.
Connor Wakan says David Robinson hired a private investigator and traversed the Arizona desert with volunteers in search of his 24-year-old son, Daniel.
One family scouring the Arizona desert for their missing son. Go ahead.
Connor Wakan. So lucky. It says Daniel, a geologist who went missing in late June. Rashida Smith in Aurora, Colorado, said she didn't hear from police for more than a week after she reported that her teen stepson, Xavion, had run away earlier this month.
It's a whole nother month. She reported he missing, he ran away. We ain't seen him, but nothing happens, man. Okay, we'll send this up, we'll investigate it, and you don't hear anything. It's just you got a loved one gone. You just gone, and that's that. You just forget about it. Move on. Pick up your bootstraps and move on. Go ahead.
Connor Wakan, Robinson, Smith, and relatives of Jelani Day and an Illinois State University student, Selleckie graduate, had not been seen since August. All have something in common. They're black people who have exasperated from after pleading with authorities to do more to find their loved ones.
Why we gotta plead? Why we gotta plead with the authorities to find our relatives, man, or to do a real investigation? We gotta plead. You understand? Meanwhile, our oppressor in the news all the time. Something happened to them. Amber Alerts and all kind of this and that. Missing people, man. They on the news every day till it makes you sick. Because it's so goddamn unfair, so unjust. When our people, something happened to us and you don't even hear about it. You don't even know about it years later. You understand? Read.
Connor Wakan, their frustration with law enforcement intensified as stories about the disappearance of Gabby Petito, a 22-year-old white woman.
That's the white woman that was just all over the news. What's her name again?
Gabby Petito.
Gabby Petito, man, in the news all day. And I understand black people like, why the hell is she in the news every day? Why is such an aggressive fight to find out what happened to her and where's she at? We've been begging the police, pleading with the authorities. You understand? To investigate our loved one. Go ahead.
Connor Wakan. The disappearance of Gabby Petito, a 22-year-old white woman, dominated the national news cycle. The result, some say, of missing white woman syndrome.
The result, some say, of missing white woman syndrome. Go ahead.
Connor Wakan, sir. It says, Gwen Field, the legendary news anchor, coined that term in 2004 to underscore the news media's fascination with white women who go missing.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, Snow White is missing. We got to find Snow White, y'all. We got to find Cinderella. You understand? And what they call it, white woman syndrome? That's a mess, man. That's what's happening. Again, that's white privilege, and they so fascinated to show that with them white girls in the blonde hair, and they rosy cheeks all on over the news. We got to find her. We got to find her. We got to do whatever we got to do. We got to spare no expense. Let's spare no expense. Let's overturn every rock. And we'll find her. We're going to find her. Whoever's done this will be brought to justice. Well, they don't feel that way about us. They don't treat us like that. No. They don't treat it. We got to do it. The families got to go out looking and searching. Family and friends got to go out asking questions and do the job of the police because they are Dunkin' Donuts somewhere when it come to us. Right. You understand? They chilling, sitting in the squad car in some corner of the city sleep when it come to us. They don't aggressively investigate. They ask a couple questions, get their answers asked, they move on. Cold case. Put it in the cold case file. Come back to it another day. But no, they aggressively look for this woman, Gabby Petito, and her husband, looking for them, boy. Read, is that it? No sweat. Go to one more. Give me the missing black men. Missing persons. The statistics for 20. This is 2020 statistics.
Honorable Khan, sir. Missing person statistics for 2020.
And I think I said it last week. I didn't say it again, but you should say it again.
Khan. Thousands of people are reported missing every year in the U.S. And while not every case will get widespread media attention, the coverage of whites and minorities is far from proportionate. Take a look at this, an infographic created by Bamfi detailing the disparity. Black and missing in America. A look at disparities in missing persons cases in 2020-21. It's like 2020 statistics for the United States. It says 543,000 persons reported missing in 2020.
So now you got 543 people missing. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan.
Like you.
It says whites included 59%, minority was 37%. Nearly 40% of missing persons are persons of color, yet African Americans only make up 13% of the population.
You hear that? That's saying something. 59% of white people supposedly go missing when they are the majority in the country, right? 40% of us go missing. That's really close to them. And we are only 13% of the population, man. When you do the math, if you know how to calculate it, that is an extraordinary number, man. That is an extraordinary number by percentage. We go missing way more. We've been missing like crazy, man, over the last few years. You understand? And there's not been enough attention about it. There's not been enough attention about it. And black men still walking around here. We on these streets. We trying to get them to safety. We trying to bring them to the Lord, to bring them back home so they can be safe. But they love this oppressor too much, man. Or trying to please some whore that love this oppressor. You understand? And they don't change their life. They don't come on in. They just walk around silly. Just walking around. I try to get there one day, getting high again. You understand? Going to some slavery, coming home, trying to impress some broad. You understand? Who don't want to hear that mess where men is in charge. We done been turned into children, man, and weaklings. So we don't want to hear, and we on these streets getting snatched, man. And I know our oppressor know how weak we are because they see it. They see you won't unify. There's no unity. And a lot of you ain't smart on these streets, man. A lot of you ain't smart. So you on the streets getting snatched up and disappearing, man, because you ain't on guard. You friends with everybody. The church tell you to love everybody and accept everybody. You understand, like Dylan Roof. Walk up in the goddamn church. They know this white boy is out of place up in here. You know what I'm saying? They wonder what he is, but what did white Jesus teach you? To love everybody. What did your pastor teach you? Love and hug everybody. And so he goes sit down, and you go on with your service like he ain't there, and he end up murdering 9 of you. 9 of you. You want to say something?
If I could, sir, another disparity too, which is heavy, that doesn't get enough attention, is what happens with our First Nation brothers and sisters of the tribe of Gad. Like there's an epidemic with them. I just want to read something from this article. It says missing and unidentified indigenous persons. In 2020, 5,295 missing persons were recorded for indigenous females and 4,276 for indigenous males, a large majority for missing children and teens. Like they, the oppressor is such an evil, wicked bastard that they put out there, you know what I mean, and stop the entire earth for, Gabby Patel or any other oppressor. But they've been snatching our First Nation women and brothers and babies, you know what I mean, since they came over to this country. Like the disparity of, of our brothers and sisters of the tribe of Gad that go missing by the second, and it doesn't get no national news coverage, you know what I mean, off the reservation in Canada or in North America. But the earth has to stop for some oppressor. But when it comes to the Lord's chosen people, Blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women, nobody gives a damn. We don't get an Amber Alert. We don't get a Twitter alert or a Facebook alarm, you know what I mean, when our people go missing. That's all I wanted to say, sir.
Hey, you're absolutely right, brother. You're absolutely right. When the last time you heard about the reservations in Gad on CNN going missing, on Fox News, on any of them? You don't even hear about it, man. You don't even hear about it. Meanwhile, all them, the brother just named, all those brothers and sisters going missing, man. The children, the men, the women, up on the reservations. Esau think he could just go and pillage whenever he want. He's still pillaging the earth, man. Whenever he the hell want, he destroying the 12 tribes. Give me Revelation 12 and 12. Then I'm gonna go to Lamentation.
Okay.
It's ridiculous, man. 182,548 on file in the year 2000. You understand? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, man.
If I may say, there ain't gonna be no Netflix documentary. It's not gonna be nothing on the History Channel or the Discovery Channel. Gabby Patel is gonna have her own Netflix series. You know what I mean? Gabby gone missing, and some other oppressor. You know what I mean? That goes missing this year. But when it comes to our people, it gets no national news coverage whatsoever. Nobody gives a damn outside of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right. She gonna have a whole movie. Whole movie. A lot of them proceeds gonna go to the family and help out the family. You know what I'm saying? Because it's amazing. A white girl went missing. Oh my God. It was a whole mystery. Her husband came back and she didn't. Oh no, where is she? Why did he come back without her? Now he's missing. What's going on? Oh my God, now we found him dead. Oh no. It's like a movie. You understand? Brother, there's so many stories in the Black and brown community, including the Native Americans, man, the Native Indians. It's so many stories of horror and tragic, man. It's ridiculous, but it goes unheard. It goes unheard. Then they wonder why we violent. They wonder why we march and want to burn shit. Because even they say and they know that the voice of the unheard is violence. If nobody's hearing your pain and your struggle and you constantly being hurt and being oppressed and nobody's listening to you, you lash out. That's just human nature. You understand? Then they wonder why Black and brown people, why don't they conform? Why don't they just be cool in America? Because you ain't cool with us. We would like to be cool, but you got to be cool first. The oppressor wants everybody to be nice, and he don't have to. You understand? And he won't have to. And he don't want to change. He don't want to change that. He don't want it no different. That's why they marched in Charlottesville years ago, saying, who ain't going to replace us? You will not replace us. Nobody will replace us, because they don't want their power and the way they live and their culture of being dominant and creating rules and laws that they don't have to follow, but everybody else better. They don't want none of that to change. They don't want no change in that. You understand? And as you grow and they hear rumors of, white people becoming the minority soon, they get scared to death. Oh my God, they're going to change our way of life. They're going to change our culture, man. We're going to have to actually pay taxes now. We're going to have to pay America taxes. I love America, but dude, I don't want to pay any taxes. You understand? We're going to have to actually obey the laws now. Oh my God. Prison? Oh my God, we may go to prison? Really? For real now? All that white privilege, they scared to lose that white privilege, man, when they hear rumors. So they lash out and fight and try to stop it. Say, we ain't going to have it. We ain't going to have no change. We ain't gonna have nobody stopping the way we set America up. That's that. And meanwhile, with all their attacks and all and black men disappearing and black children disappearing and Native American children and families disappearing, Hispanics disappearing, none of that gets headlines. It don't get headlines, and we walking around sleep, man. When the ISUPK been telling you what the Most High said through Paul when he said, awake, man, it's high time to awake out of sleep. But you still walking around in the fog getting goddamn kidnapped, man. Late at night, coming from some party, drunk as hell, and some van pull up on you and point a gun to you and say, get in, nigga. You, oh God, okay, please don't shoot. Now you gone. Because you're not aware and you drunk and you high. You understand. Read Revelation 12 and 12.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens.
The Lord showing Paul a vision, man. And the Lord say, therefore, rejoice, ye heavens. Why should the heavens rejoice? Because although things are horrible and the Israelites are getting oppressed, and this is our hell, we close to the end, man. We close to the end. So the heavens rejoicing that we really close, man. We in them last days that the prophets always talked about. So the heavens are rejoicing. Read.
And ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
But woe means destruction to the inhabitants of the earth. We down here on this earth, we are in for destruction, man. Because things gonna get a lot worse before we get that kingdom, man. Right. And Apocrypha, it say you got to cross a very narrow bridge, man, pathway, with fire to destroy you on one side and water and floods to destroy you on the other side. Right. But you got to cross this bridge that's only big enough for one person at a time. Right. But how can you not get the riches and the glory that's on the other side of the bridge if you don't pass by these dangers, man? And so it's going to get a lot more dangerous on this earth, man. And the only protection is in the ISUPK with the Most High in Christ.
Right.
Under command of General Yohanan. It's the only protection. It's the only safety, man. We are your sanctuary. You understand? Now, I didn't apply for this job. You understand? We didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to be in charge of anything. The Lord put us here. He gave us a shot. And said, now you got a shot, you know what I'm saying, to be the sanctuary, to be the leaders of my people. You understand? And we took it and ran with it, man. And we've been obedient and diligent, and that's that. Right. A lot of you been offered the same thing, man, a chance to earn this job. And you said it was too much for you. I can't do nothing without the oppressor. That's what the brother told me when I first came in the truth, you die. I buy. He said, oh, you an Israelite? He saw my shield downtown Philadelphia. He saw you an Israelite? I said, for sure. He said, what school you from? I said, ISUPK all day, all day. You understand? He said, I used to be down with that. I said, oh yeah, I ain't believe him. I said, oh yeah. I'm smirking. He said, yep, my name was Aharon. I said, what? Because you know what I'm saying? Usually they don't pronounce the Hebrew right. So I'm sure when he said it, I figured he telling the truth. He knew something about it. I said, Aharon. I said, well, what you doing? Where you at? He said, man, white man ain't giving up this thing. He ain't giving up this thing. I said, oh, brother, you ain't got no faith. Huh? This place is going to fall like every other kingdom fell. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't think they're going to give this thing up. And it ain't about giving it up. This is what he don't understand. It ain't about him giving them up. He going to fight for it. He ain't gonna give nothing up. It's gonna be taken from him.
Right.
The Most High gonna send Christ and them angels to come take this place, man. And then when the smoke clear, it tell you the saints are gonna take this place, man. Right. All the survivors, everybody that's hiding, we gonna get them and put them in chains, man. They ain't giving nothing up. We taking it. Right. And that's that. You understand? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Go ahead.
And of the sea.
Go ahead.
For the devil,
the deceiver, our oppressor, go ahead,
is come down unto you,
having
great wrath.
And he angry as hell. He angry as hell. Why? Because them top leaders, them Rhodes Scholars, you understand, used to go by a whole bunch of different names. They got them high billionaire groups, some secret societies and all that. They the ones sitting on top of the planet, making decisions and plotting for what's coming, and they understand the prophecies of the Bible because they hear us. They hear us, and they got their geniuses and their scientists study what we say, and then take our scrolls and our history and our information and study it, because they got the real records of our history, man. They know what's in the bottom of the Vatican Church. They know what the Vatican is hiding. A lot of our history about the catacombs and all the information they robbed from us when they chased us out of our homeland and all around the world. They take our history and store it and hide it so nobody can see it and give you a piece and remnant of it. It's certain groups, man, that know all that information and know what we say is the truth on these streets, and know that there is a God because they know the history of the earth, the real history, and all the things that happened from God. You understand? And they know there's a day he's supposed to come back and take this kingdom and give it back to us if we return back to him. They know all that. You understand? And so they sit on the top of us and try to still create ways to destroy us and get rid of us and to keep this information from coming out. But it's too late now. It's too late now. So all they can be is angry. So they set up situations to try to stop the Lord, space stations and the damn Space Force. Ronald Reagan with his Star Wars space initiative. You understand? That's what the Rhodes Scholars. When they find this information out, they try to take steps and means to try to stop it. You understand? Read on.
Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Lamentations 4:18. He know his time is short. Once again, he know the prophecies we bringing out. Right. Y'all, everybody listening to the ISUPK. You Christian Israelites, we know you listening. We know you tuning in. Hell, Steve Harvey is listening to us. I just heard the nigga the other day talk about the Most High God. Since when he called it the Most High, the Most High. Right. Jesus is their God. White Jesus. Now he talk about the Most High God. Me, the Most High God is who I serve. Negro, please. In Philly too. A lot of them. Kevin Hart for sure listens to the ISUPK. Floyd Mayweather. You understand? That broad, I forget her name. You understand? They all listen, that comedian chick. Nick Cannon. You understand? All football players. A lot of the rappers. You understand? A lot of them listen to us, but still scared of their oppressor. Still scared that if their oppressor find out that they support or that they believe this, you understand, they'll attack them like they did Nick Cannon. You understand? And Nick Cannon, although he know about Israel and know he got Israelite roots, he's still what we call a Christian Israelite in the ISUPK. You understand? He's celebrating. He had the turban on, thinking that represent Israel, celebrating the whole Easter, man. I mean, with Halloween. Babies dressed up, he dressed up, Chicky Witt dressed up, celebrating Halloween, man. Why? Because they got no stance, no faith, you understand? They don't understand, and they afraid. We ain't supposed to fear nothing but the Most High, but they're afraid of the oppressor. Right. You understand? All that money that the oppressor give them, they think without that, they done. Their pride. Somebody will say, oh, Nick Cannon ain't got all the money he got. Then he embarrassed. And that's what these entertainers and these, higher up, rich Sadiddy black folk, Hispanic folk, they don't want to be looked at as common. You understand? It's embarrassing to them if they can't afford a luxury life. Just like during slavery. During slavery, master would give certain slaves better food and better housing and better things than the other slaves. You understand? As long as they made them money and entertained them. You understand? And made them look good when they rich guests came over. Same thing during slavery, man. Dress the part and act the part so they get them a little better food. And they thought they was better. You understand? They sympathized with the field Negroes. You understand? But they didn't want to be part of that. Didn't want to be looked at like a field Negro because it was embarrassing to them. You understand? It said, because he knoweth he have but a short time. Our oppressor know that his kingdom is going to come to a close if we keep praying to the Most High and serving him. If we being righteous, if we obeying our God, they know it's all over, man. So their goal is to make us not believe what we're doing matters, but it matters. It matters. You understand? Read Lamentation 4:18.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt us, man. They hunt us, and we still sleep. Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we still sleep, walking around sleep, high and drunk, or just caught up in America. I can't wait to Thanksgiving, boy. We get together with Big Mama and Auntie, and the turkey, and the pork ham, and the yams, and all that mess that they make to celebrate with our oppressor. Our oppressor got a reason to celebrate. Right. He conquered and murdered to get this land and to get rich. That's what he did. He murdered the Native American Indians, murdered the Negroes, murdered a lot of Hispanics, because we was all over here before him. He got over here and conquered and murdered us, and then said, we're going to celebrate this thing. Our God, which is Satan, the oppressor's God is Satan, and their God blessed them because they found us to be lacking and disobeying our God. So they was able to conquer us. And they create holidays to celebrate it. But no way, shape, or form are we supposed to celebrate it. How does that look? We celebrating with our oppressor and murderer, who oppresses and murders our family, our loved ones. But we celebrate with him. Then when we shine the light on you, when the ISUPK tell you that same thing that I just said, how you going to celebrate with them for what they did? Negroes are so twisted that they say, oh, well, I don't know about all that. And I don't celebrate because of that. I don't celebrate with him. I don't celebrate. It's just a day we got off and our family get together and eat. Right. So you think because you think this is like just you happen to be off and you happen to have all that good turkey and food on this particular day. That's just by chance. You happen to have all that. So you ain't gonna deny you being with your family. You're gonna do it anyway. Because it's family for you. You fooling yourself. You fooling yourself. Do it a month or two later. If it's just about getting together with the family, you can do that anytime. But Master say do it tonight because we all celebrate. Master say, listen, we celebrating and I want you slaves, you gonna celebrate too. I'll get you off the field. You gonna get your family and you have some turkey too. And you run, do it. Yes, sir, Master. Yes, sir. And now you celebrating with them. I don't care what you call it. They try to give American holidays a whole bunch of other names. You understand? A whole bunch of other names. I think my sister-in-law did something, had some party or something like that. Invited my family too. And I said, what is this, man? What is this party about? She said, it's not, I forget which holiday it was, but she said, it's not that. What is it? What was before Halloween? Was anything? Labor Day? Something to do with the fall. It might not have been this year, but she said, no, it's not that. It's just a celebration of the fall coming up. Some mess like that, she said. Like she changed the whole holiday in her mind, but it's still the same old Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas. You understand? Like black people, we fight to be slaves, man. We don't want to let go of the oppressor. Read on.
Kalwaka. That we cannot go in our streets.
Listen to that. They hunt our steps to make it very dangerous to even be in the streets. And because we don't realize it, y'all don't believe us when we tell you our oppressor is dangerous. We tell you that, you don't believe he that dangerous. He can't be that bad. I know a couple of them in my job, man. They real nice to me. They can't be that bad. They are murdering us on these streets, man. Right now. Right now. You think they got that cop Chauvin, locked him up, pissed them white racists off, man. You understand? Them three guys that killed Ahmaud Arbery, they locked up. Them white racists is pissed off, man. Donald Trump ain't in office no more. They are pissed off. I'm going to read a story to you in a second about judges. Judges that are in this spirit against us, man. But they pissed off, man.
Right.
And when white people get pissed off, they do something about it.
Right.
They storm the goddamn Capitol and murder the police. That's what they do. You think they ain't gonna murder you?
Right.
They willing to storm the Capitol
Right.
on video, national TV. You understand? You think they ain't gonna come on the streets and snatch you the hell up? Just to resolve their anger they got for us complaining about police murdering us? Go ahead, you die.
If I could, sir, but you bringing out is just so heavy. We had some crazy nut try to come up against us on Clubhouse. You know what I mean? Officer Barzal, officer in the car, and troopers around the car were witnesses to this. This brother came in there claiming to be a 5%er. We in the room talking about something completely different. You know, we just in there, discussing things that's going on. And he's like, don't you know that they hate white people? Don't you know that they want white people to die? I hate you niggas. You know what I mean? Allah and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, brother, you too busy trying to save the oppressor. You know what I mean? The oppressor don't give a damn about you.
And then he got there to scream out loud. Go ahead.
If I could say, like, easy. And what made it so sad, though, sir, is that when we begin, you know what I mean? When I began to talk to the brother and cut the brother in his own faith, he gave up his God, sir. Brother gave up his God before everybody in the room and just began to try to belittle us and threaten us and make it seem like we were just the most evil people on the earth because we speak out against the crimes of the oppressor. We don't go out there and say, you know what I mean, death to all the oppressors. We hate Esau and this, that, and the third. We bring out the crimes that the oppressor has done. And they make it seem like that's illegal to come out there and say that. We can't come out there and call the oppressor a murderer and a liar and a deceitful, evil bastard when he's the one, you know what I mean, that put his knee on George Floyd's neck and then tried to tell us, sir, that he died of a drug overdose when we saw it happen on Facebook Live.
Yeah. Like, that's racism. We listen, at camps, you died for years. Black people come up to us and say, oh my God, why y'all saying that about them? And they will call other white people over and say, listen, they talking about y'all. They saying this. Y'all racist. Y'all racist. This is black people. We'll try to get the attention of white people so they can hear us, what we're saying, and black people label us as racist because we tell the truth about our murder. Because we tell the truth about our oppressor is we racist and we wrong. Well, I got news for you. It's impossible for us to be racist. In order to be racist, you got to be able to affect the race you're hating or the race you're against, affect their lives. Now, white people, when they're racist, they snatch us off the street, send us to jail, a whole bunch of things. You understand? So they can be racist because their hatred toward us or their racism can destroy our lives. It can affect us. We can be mad at them all we want. And we are mad at them because of how they murder and oppress us. But we can't change their lives at all. We can't affect them at all. So it's impossible for us to be racist. You understand? And our people are quick to fight. This Negro get on here, you saying he claiming Allah at first and trying to defend the oppressor. Trying to defend the oppressor, man. When did Islam go so wrong? When did you Allah worshipers go so wrong? Back when I was coming up, you hear Cat say Allah, you knew he was at least thought he had some black power in him and was against the man. But brother, I came to the truth. I see that changed around that time. That was gone since the 90s, probably before that. Go ahead.
I told the brother, I said, I used to be a wicked 5% in the world. We used to tell Leo, we used to say the white man is the devil, man. I said, now y'all out here trying to save the oppressor, man. I said, I'm thinking the most high, I'm in the truth. And then when I cut him on that, the brother got real emotional. So he threw his gods away. You know what I mean? Made threats, you know what I mean? He started literally crying, sir. And I said, we really in bad shape right now. Right. It's a lucky.
I used to faithfully listen to that damn Farrakhan. Because the best thing about him back then in the world was he talked about that mothership that was coming. And that brought me joy, such joy. So I used to listen to him, man. And they had some hatred for the oppressor back then. That dirty devil pot cat, rat, and dog. I don't know where they get that from. But he was made from cats, rats, and dogs. You understand? The oppressor. And so I was down with that. By the time I got into the truth and saw all that to be a lie and found out who I was, you know what I'm saying? Every Muslim I encounter was Christian. Right. They just talked about Allah and said a few Arabic phrases. You understand? I asked my cousin, I said, man, you walk around talking about Assalamu alaikum, you worshiping Allah. Allah is an Arab God, brother. I said, you know, the Arabic you speak and all that, inshallah, that's Arabic language. So you worship an Arabic God, you speak an Arabic language, you wearing the Arab high waters, trying to be like them, you trying to dress like the Arabs. You know you're not an Arab, or don't you? He said, well, I must be an Arab then. I must be an Arab. I said, nigga, you know what I'm saying? What is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Our people, we hold on to it no matter what. And a part of them don't believe that mess. Like it made sense. He know he's not a goddamn Arab, but just pride and just to take a stance on it. You know, he said, I must be an Arab. So even my brother said, well, damn, man, what? How you think you are Arab? You know what I'm saying? I used to roll with this cat. He used to go to the damn mosque. And I never did all the prayer and banging on the foreheads, but highlights for in his life, I would go support it. Like he got his ex. I went that night to get his ex, you know what I'm saying? And different things. He would take them on trips. When I think back, I think they was all drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to roll with them, meet up with some of them Nation of Islam cats. They had the hat and the fedoras and talk about going out of state, making drives. I couldn't go because I wasn't, you know, the ex cat yet. You know what I'm saying? So I roll with him and then he go ahead and roll with them. And I'll come back, you understand? But of course, I think back now, them niggas is drug dealers, like hitmen and everything, you know what I'm saying? That's the world they was living in. But at least then, it was we against the oppressor in them. You know what I'm saying? Sometime after that, all the Muslims went Christian, celebrating all the Christian holidays and everything. Easter, Muslims celebrating Easter, Muslims celebrating Halloween, Muslims celebrating Thanksgiving, Muslims celebrating Christmas. What else?
Yeah, y'all have told me about this brother. He said he saw this brother and his sister talking in the toy store.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, sis, aren't you Muslim? He's like, yeah, but you know, our sis was like, yeah, you know, I wait 2 days after Christmas to give my kids gifts. Brothers was like, he said, yeah, sis, I do the same thing, inshallah.
I went to school with a Muslim who said they eat pork. He said, man, we be eating pork. Because the Christian kids, of course, I ain't know no better either, but they would make fun of, I was Christian too, shit, in the world, and they was making fun of them in school. I think it was junior high or early high school, making fun of them because they was eating the pork. He don't even eat no pork, he don't eat no pork. And I guess it shamed them, you know what I'm saying? And he said, we eat pork, we do so. And he defended, he said, we really eat it, we just don't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? And then shit, I think back, I said, all of them do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I for sure knew Muslim sisters that had that whole ninja suit and the dress, and you think they so virtuous, but they used to come to parties, boy, get rid of that dress. They get rid of that dress, be nothing on under it. Shalom. Had a ball. You understand? Come back next week. Same party, same place, same time. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is faking it, man. Everybody's faking it. Everybody's Christian. The only real true place. Listen, we give up our lives for this thing. Right. We stand strong for the Lord, and we give up everything, man. We got kids, we got wives. You understand? Listen, a lot of us got so much talent, we could be running businesses and doing all type of things. You understand? But we'd have to do a lot of backbiting, a lot of conniving things to our people, man. That's how you really get ahead in America. If you're willing to deal falsely with Israel and cheat them and lie to them, you can come up big in America. If you're willing to do that. If you're willing to be homo, you know what I'm saying, and do horrible, nasty things, you can come up in America. You understand? But guess what? We choose the Lord. You understand?
Right.
Our houses serve the Lord. You can keep the riches. You understand? You can keep the fame. You can keep the fortune. You can keep all that because we going to get it anyway.
Right.
We're going to get it anyway on the side of the Most High. You reread, finish Lamentations?
Our end is near.
Right. Our end is near, man, because why? These devils trying to destroy us, man. They trying to destroy us, man. They kidnapping us, taking our organs. We coming up missing all over the place, and they don't. And you only hear about a kidnapping when it comes to their people. When it comes to their people, that's when it make national news. Read.
Our days are fulfilled. Next verse.
No, go ahead, keep going. Slock it.
Our days are fulfilled.
You're right. Our days are fulfilled, man. Our days are fulfilled. We can't go into the streets, meaning our end is over. The days of our lives is done. We at the end. Now we about to get taken out. Go ahead.
For our end is come.
There you go. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles.
Giving you a hint to who the persecutors are. Right. You understand the eagle represents this oppressor in America, man. Right. The eagle is their mascot. You understand the eagle is what they think they are because the eagle is a predator that comes, that swoops down on you from above. You never even see him until he got you. You understand? And that's what's going on with our black men, women, and children, our Hispanic men, women, and children, and our Native Indian men, women, and children, man. He swooped down when we least expected it, man. That's why Christ said, our King Yahushua said, be wise as serpents, man. He said, be like wool. He said, be wise as serpents. I'll leave it at that. He said, we got to be aware. We got to be aware and be wise and always be watching, man. You understand? Protect yourself. First, you got to obey the Most High to protect yourself.
Right.
Then after that, carnally, see if you can get a license to carry, man. Nothing wrong with that, to defend yourself. You understand? Nothing wrong with that at all. Peter carried a sword, although he didn't have to use it. He used it, and Christ had to stop it. Hey, man. Peter hit a guy's ear off. Wow. You know the precision you got to have to hit that ear and not cut his head off? And our kings told him, stand down, man, and put the ear back on the soldier, because it wasn't time for the warfare yet. Christ came for teaching, man, and fishing, and teaching us how to fish. Now, when he comes back, then it's hunting season. You best believe that. But it wasn't that time then. You understand? And our persecutors are swifter than the eagle, man. Predators. They come down on you and doom, he got you. You walking home from the drunk night, I can't drive. I only live 2 blocks, man. I'm good. You sure, Ray? I'm good, man. What was them pills called again? Man, I'm gonna see y'all do it again tomorrow. Negro, let's do it again. He walk home, and the van pull up next to him, black van, old white van. Doors open, guns to him. What's going on? Get in here, nigga. Get in here. Done. Gone. You hear from Ray. But when he left the club, man, he said he was good. Where he at? Oh my God. Now, family distraught, friends distraught, because Ray was high and not aware. Same thing with our sisters, man. I remember that video years ago with the young sister at the party, ended up dead at the party. And the video camera showed her drunk as hell, walking through the house or whatever. I think maybe had an R&B, I'm not sure where they was at. But it was some big house, and she called the school, I think. I think it was the school. He had the party. She walking through the halls, drunk and bumping into the wall. Next thing you know, they find her dead. You understand? Who the hell knows what actually happened? She drunk and high. We ain't aware, man. Our oppressor give you them drugs and let you get high to keep you dumb and stupid. Read.
Of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains.
Everywhere we at, they attack us, man. In the ghettos, in the suburbs, wherever you at. You try to escape the ghetto, go to the suburbs, now you crosses it in your lawn. In modern time, swastikas on your fence. Windows getting broke with bricks. They say, get out of here, nigga, we don't want you. Spray painting all over your house. Because you tried to live amongst them and get away from the hood. You tired of the hood. You understand? They say they pursued us upon the mountains. Go ahead.
They lay wait for us in the wilderness.
And wherever we go, they lay in wait, trying to attack you, trying to snatch you up, trying to murder you. Right. You understand? Ahmaud Arbery made the mistake of trusting these people. He running through their neighborhood, looking at their house, thinking he can do what they do. Because our oppressor, they go look at houses that's being built. They go inside, look at the lumber. You know what I'm saying? Look at everything that's going on when the contractor's not there and checking it out. He thought, well, hell, we all American. We all bleed red. We could do it too. And he went and did it. And our oppressor saw that and said, who is this Negro thinking he could walk up amongst us. You understand? And end up losing his life. End up losing his life for it. Give me that. Give me the one about the judge now. So Israel, y'all better open your eyes and wake up, man. You want to learn how to survive these times that's coming? You don't want to get snatched the hell up? You understand? You don't want to get murdered by the police? You don't want some citizen, some Karen to say something to you? You understand? And try to oppress you? You better learn how to handle them. You better get in the good graces of the Most High God of Israel. You better get in the good graces of him by being like his king and serving his king. You understand? So he can protect you from all that mess. You understand? Read.
Colin Khan, sir. Judge removed from office after saying George Floyd got what he deserved.
This is one judge. He's saying he's George Floyd got what he deserved and said a whole bunch of other things. Read on.
Colin Khan. An Alabama judge accused of making racist and offensive comments.
And now this is a judge. This is the one you standing before whenever they say you did something wrong, whether they lied on you, whether they planted something on you, whether they just ain't got no evidence that you actually did this, but they can still get you in that courtroom in front of some judge. This kind of judge. You understand? Read it again.
Conor Khan, an Alabama judge, is accused of making racist and offensive comments in the workplace and was removed.
Listen, he was so free with it. He was being a racist out in the open in public. He's a judge. What the hell you going to do? That's on his mind. What the hell you going to do? I'll be racist, say what the hell I want. Read on. Come. You say what the hell you want, man. He's a judge. He send people to jail. You don't send me to jail. That's his mind frame. You got to obey the law. I studied the law once upon a time, so I'm free from it. I'm a judge. I wear the robe. You understand? I'm the authority. Thought he was untouched. You understand? Let me know when you're ready. You looking for it? Okay. You understand? I'll send it to you. Okay. What's what? Second. Oh, okay. No problem. Let me pull it. I think it come up. I think I got the app, so it might come up better. Let me pull it. Bear with me 1 second. All right. Okay.
Says a judge who oversees elections in an Alabama county was removed from office after being accused of racist, sexual, inappropriate behavior, that including demeaning comments about women and saying George Floyd got what he deserved.
You hear that? You should disrespect the women. You can say demeaning things. He probably was a nasty rapist, actually. Who knows? He probably was a rapist. He was so open, he said demeaning things to women in the workplace, in the courtroom. Go ahead.
Conor Khan, sir.
And was against George Floyd. He didn't look at that like a murder. He looked at it like this is what happens. You know, they had to arrest him. You know, he was on his neck. Our oppressor don't look at this as murder. You understand? Especially the ones in authority. Like this racist bastard judge. This is a judge, man. This is who we got to answer to and go before. This is why black men filling up the prisons, man. This is why Hispanics is filling up the prisons. Native Indians filling up the prisons. Because we got this guy laying out our sentences and deciding whether we guilty or not. And he coming from a place of utter hatred for us. Read.
Conor Khan, Talladega County probate judge Randy Jenks, 65, was ousted as a unanimous order filed Friday by the 9-member Alabama Court of the Judiciary following a trial. The panel found out that he violated 5 judicial ethics. Rules included failing to uphold the integrity and independence of the court system.
And now this is a judge, right? This is rare that this happens. So for him to get caught and for them to get rid of him, he must have been blatant with his racism, man. He must have been blatant against these women. He must have just said what he felt against anybody. You understand? George Floyd should have died. What you gonna do against the judge? He was just open about it and carefree. Now, I like our oppressors that are like that, me, myself. I like them to be open and be real and speak the truth and how they feel so our people ain't put to sleep. Because we believe they're witchcraft. Go ahead.
Conor Khan, it says Jenks, who doesn't have a law license, was first elected in 2018 and took office the following year.
And never even studied law. Don't forget that. He didn't even study law, but he's, I think, a probation judge or something, right?
Connor Wakan.
Go ahead.
Connor Wakan. His conduct was the subject of a complaint filed in March that accused him of watching and sharing sexually inappropriate videos and making comments about the appearance and the anatomy of women.
Listen to that. He watching pornos on the job, in his chamber, wherever. He got pornos on his laptop or whatever. The people working under him, they seeing it. They're like, this judge is a nasty man. Good Lord. We're in the workplace. Then he's so goddamn horny and nasty and disgusting. The women that work around him, he complimenting them. Oh, baby, yeah, you got curves, Jenny. Jenny, you got curves for days, honey. You know what I'm saying? And making them feel uneasy because he probably looked like a monster. You understand? Go ahead.
Connor Wakan. Jenks also mouthed the N-word when referring to black people, including during the Black Lives Matter demonstrations.
So he mouthed the N-word. He talk about them. Yeah, all these out here protesting. He just say niggers with it under his breath. Like nobody, like, you can't say I said it. He's an idiot, man. Read.
Connor Wakan, sir, told a deputy clerk that black people got benefits and welfare because of the color of their skin that don't go to white people.
Don't go to white people, man. White people getting a lot more welfare than us. I better look up the statistics. They try to make it seem like black and brown people get all the welfare. We mooching off the government. White people are mooching off the government.
Connor Wakan.
They on welfare in insurmountable numbers, man. The country of Israel is on welfare. They get welfare from America. And they get welfare from Germany. They're on welfare. The Amish is big for welfare, man. Amish people get big time welfare. But nobody talks about those people because they good old boys. They're Americans. And they really, it's just, they deserve it, I guess, in their mind. Read.
This article is something else.
No sweat.
It's a lot again. It says Jenks made multiple racist comments after Minneapolis police killed George Floyd. It says a black man whose death who became a rallying point for protests nationally, included calling the victim just another thug and saying he pretty much got what he deserved.
See, this is the judge. They're the ones who tell you 10 years, 20 years. He give you your judgments and punishments. He said George Floyd was a thug and deserved what he got. He deserves it. So because he ain't in prep school, it's okay to murder him, huh? It's okay to murder him? If he ain't in if he don't go to one of your top colleges, if he ain't in Harvard, if he ain't in Princeton, Yale, he deserved to be murdered in the street, huh? That's how this judge felt. This is the judge. Read.
The court also found that after Jenks saw a new automobile purchased by the only black employee in the probate office,
he got one black employee in the damn job. He pull up with a nice car. Go ahead.
He remarked, "I seen that car. I can't even afford the car, and I'm the judge."
He's jealous of the brother. He said, "Man, that's a nice car. I saw that at a lot one day, but I couldn't afford that, and I'm the judge. You just a lowly nigga. What you doing?" Listen, I worked with a devil like this who was security. I was security, and he was a security. He was Irish. Talk about, oh, I'm sorry. My hot Irish anger sometimes gets me. That was his excuse for being a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? And so he would do this. He saw the some of the students have a night. I think it was a black some function they was having. They was pulling up in cars. He looking out the window mumbling, and I'm hearing him. He said, "Yeah, look at that. Look at that. You got nice cars. I ain't got those cars. The hell are you doing with those cars? I ain't got those cars." He said the same thing. We tried to get him fired, but that goddamn white privilege, because he kicked the Ephraimite who was homeless. This is a community college. He kicked the Ephraimite that was on laying in the grass at night. He came on and said, "Get up out of there," and kicked him. And I was with another Ephraimite who worked for community college. I worked for another company, but at community college, this security worked for some, and he was an Ephraimite, worked for community college. And this cat, John Lawler was his name, this Irish cat. He kicked the brother, and we said, "Hey, what you doing? You ain't got to kick him, man. We asked him to get out of here." He said, I'm sorry, my hot Irish anger." But this Ephraimite guard was pissed. He wanted his head. He said, we got to go. We're gonna go to Russ, who was the manager of the whole thing, and we're gonna try to get him. We tried to get him fired. We told the bosses, we told everything. He was still there. You know what I'm saying? He was still there. Go ahead.
He said, I'm the judge and I can't even afford a Mercedes.
Look at that.
What are you
jealous of a brother? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we ain't supposed to have no Mercedes.
Right.
If he ain't got it, go ahead.
He said, what you doing? Selling drugs?
Now he got to be a thug and a criminal and a drug dealer, huh? He got to be a drug dealer, huh? Go ahead.
That's pretty much it.
That's good. No sweat. Give me that next one with Kyle Rittenhouse. Read both of these. There's another story about a judge. The people who decide our futures. That's why the best thing is not go before a judge. If you ain't got to, don't put yourself in a predicament where you got to go to court and have somebody that hates you punish you. You understand? The Most High punish us because he loves us and he wants us to get right so he can have mercy on us and bless us again. Our oppressor judge you out of full hatred and he wants you dead and he wants you destroyed. You understand? As I tell all my sons, I said, listen, you're going to have to obey somebody. Always obey your parents because they love you. And no matter what they do, they're doing it from a place of love. You understand? I said, you go out here in these streets, as many people go on these streets because they don't want to listen to their parents. And they leave and go on these streets and end up in jail with somebody still telling them what to do. But these people don't love you. You understand? So you still going to have to follow orders in life. That's just life. Everybody follow orders. I tell my young sons now, I follow the orders of Commander Jimmy Hunt, who follow the orders of the Most High in Christ. You understand? So don't think you're the only ones following orders. Don't think that you're the only ones that got to obey. You understand? Dad, you telling me to do a million things. Yeah, nigga, do them. Do the million things. I get a million orders and I do them. And I don't say, Jimmy Hunt, all these orders. Oh, no. You understand? Do the orders, man. It's going to make you a better man, a strong man, a UPK man. Right. You understand? We all about the warfare and our orders. Read. Oh, man. Man, shut my car. I'm sure I did, you guys, but I'm going to check it out. Give me 2 seconds. Carl, sir. 2 seconds. Go to the judge, remove Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, to me. God damn, we messing up. Getting it right now. Give off to see you die this story. Boop. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, y'all, everybody heard of Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Right. Kyle Rittenhouse went down to what was it, Minneapolis? What was it, Indianapolis? What was it?
He was from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
He was from Kenosha, right?
From Kenosha, Wisconsin, sir. I believe he went to Illinois. To cross state lines.
Okay, good. All the way there saying that he coming just to join to protect, because black people was protesting, mad at the oppressor and what he's doing to us. So he went all the way to Illinois and said he was just going to protect businesses and ended up murdering 2 people and shooting another one. You understand? You got it?
Okay. Men shot by Kyle Rittenhouse can be called rioters and looters, but not victims, judge rules.
You hear that? Men shot by Kyle Rittenhouse, they can be called looters and rioters, and in one story said arsonists. You understand? That's what these dead men and this other guy that got shot, they could be labeled as that in the courtroom, but the judge said they can't be labeled as victims. Let's see why.
Wisconsin judge ruled Monday that the attorneys in the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial could refer to the men that the team shot in Kenosha last year as rioters, looters, and arsonists.
So they can be called that, even though there's no proof that they were looting, there's no proof that they were arsonists, and there's no proof that they was rioting. But the judge said, you know what? You can't call them that. Let's call them that. Go ahead.
Conor Wakan, sir. They could not, however, describe Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, who were killed, and Gabe Gorkowskis, who was wounded, as victims. The term was loaded. The judge said.
Read that again. They could not describe what?
Conor Wakan. They could not, however, describe Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, who were killed, engaged Grosseritz, who was wounded as victims.
Victims. Go ahead. What did he say after that?
Because the term was loaded, the judge said.
Because the term was loaded. Imagine that. Imagine a judge sitting on the bench saying, wait a minute, you can't let this guy, you can't let these victims be called victims. Well, you can't let these people be called victims because it's loaded. The jury might say, well, man, if they victims, then somebody did something to them. Right. You understand? The term is loaded, but yet he said you can refer to them as looters and rioters and arsonists, which is also loaded. You understand? But this judge, just as racist as the judge we just talked about, you understand? He know Kyle Rittenhouse is a white nationalist, racist. You understand? He know why he was there to fight against black people. That's why he was there, but ended up shooting his own people that was supporting the black people. You understand? He knew that, but he didn't want the jury to be influenced and be thinking this whole time that, you know, he's a white nationalist who was angry and did all this. Look at him. Look at his blue eyes. And he's a good old boy. So let's not taint the jury, making them think, calling these people victims, or they're going to think, you know, he's a victim of Kyle Rittenhouse if they call him victim. So it's loaded. But let's call him the other thing, the looters, the rioters, and arsonists, because then the jury could think, you know, well, they deserve what they got, burning up stuff. Right. And looting and rioting, then they should be dead. You understand? That was loaded. But once again, these racist judges are the ones making these decisions over us. They're the ones making the decisions in court. They are letting the white racists go free or get a slap on the hand and giving brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel, black and brown people, giving us the maximum time we can get for small infractions, man. Right. For small infractions. This is what we're dealing with. Let me see. First, you know, because everybody, right? And everybody with authority is against us. They're against us and they're destroying us. You know what I'm saying? From the judges, you understand? We just read about two of them. And listen, these are the ones that got caught or that we know what they said. What about all the judges that's the same as these two and feel like these two, but they don't let you know it? They don't let you know it. You done got sentenced and wondering why you got so much time from this judge who talking like he's a good guy and he just want to see justice and all this and that. Meanwhile, he's a racist. Right. Against us, man. Destroying our lives on purpose. Right. You understand? The district attorney is against us, man. White racist district attorney. They fill up the courtrooms. You understand? It's big business to send us to jail and to get us in them courtrooms. If nobody came to court for no charges, then they'd have to let them go. They wouldn't have no job. So they get us in them courtrooms so everybody can get paid. There's a courtroom, a traffic court in Upper Darby over here, right? In there, you got the nastiest fat Edomite women, right? Sitting in these comfortable chairs in these nice offices. It's never crowded, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't get that many tickets. They get some tickets, you understand? And I realized how aggressive these people who write the tickets are. The ticket guy, they're aggressive with it. Why? To get you in that court. They had to pay these fines and different things, or else them old nasty looking women, Edomite women, ain't got no job. You understand? They comfortable and drinking coffee and it's just a cool in the fan. I ain't never seen a black person in there either. You understand? Cool as a fan. The lawyers are against us and racist. The police, for sure. Everybody knows that. The average American citizen is against us and oppressing us. You understand? Because of that white privilege. You know what I mean? All the lawmakers, the Senate, the councilmen, all of them, man. They all against us, make laws to destroy us. And even the ones that act like they're fighting against us, they don't really give us what we need. They do a couple things against the laws. They just at war with each other. Republicans and Democrats at war with each other for their own gain, for their own means. But what black people really need, that doesn't get addressed, you know, with all hands on deck. That doesn't get addressed. You understand? The president, the top American, right? He's a racist bastard. Right. He's a racist bastard. Oh, but what about Joe Biden? Joe Biden, like Yediah brought out yesterday, the other day. You understand? He had a big hand in all the bills. We'll bring it out, Yediah. All them acts to get black people in jail.
Sir, if I may, Joe Biden's name has been on every minor and major crime bill since 1972. Like since 1972, his name has been on every minor and major crime bill, and including the big 3 strikes bill that happened in the 90s. He's always been an enemy of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, sir. So
it's just when he needed your vote, he became your friend.
Right.
When he needed that black vote, he had to become your friend and say I made some mistakes in the past. I'll admit, yeah, Negro, not Negro, devil, please. You made mistakes. When a white person, I would press and say, I'm sorry, boy, we eat it up. Because once upon a time, they didn't never have to say I'm sorry. So when one of them pretend that they're sorry and say it, we like, oh, he's apologized. He apologized. I'm voting for him because none of the rest of them apologized. He apologized. He's not too mean because he can apologize. But what the hell is an apology if he don't help your life or change your life or stop the murder of you? The hell is he apologizing for? You understand? We listen. In this hell, how in the hell can you win with all these people against you? And we are in hell. So how in hell can you win? You can't win. Not against these people. They got all the power, all the authority. They the racists. You can't win except by coming to the ISUPK under command of Johanna. That's the only way you win. That's the only way to win. You understand? And standing with the general and serving the Most High in Christ, that's the only way you can win against all these forces and against all these people. Why? Because they are swifter than the eagle, man. They swoop down and they prey. When you sleep and not even expecting it, they didn't swoop down on you. When you're coming from the party high, you and your buddy or you and your girl, and y'all both high and had a good time, they swoop down and get you, man. They like the eagle. You understand? So I'm gonna get to the first question. Which is going into the Hebrew. I have a question about the Hebrew. Go ahead.
Khan, do we know the meaning of the Most High's name?
I think the brother said this was an officer. You know what I'm saying? And all you officers and captains, y'all better get to the Hebrew class, man, and get these Hebrew questions answered. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we know the meaning of the Most High name. It's on your officer's test. It was on your officer's test. And right next to it, it means the Lord. And we're going to prove it. You understand? The translation is the Lord. The Hebrew is Yahweh. That's the name. You understand? Is the Lord. Give me Exodus 6:1 first. Then I'm going to go to Exodus 3. And I'm going to pull up them pictures that Yediah got. The first one I sent you is Exodus 6, I think, in the 3rd chapter, the 3rd verse. 6 and 3, but we're going to start at 1. Then I'll break it down into Hebrew.
This is the book of Exodus, to the 6th and verse 1. Then the Lord said unto Moses.
The Lord said unto Moses, and once again in the Hebrew, you got to get you a Hebrew scroll or the Hebrew Old Testament. You'll see where it says the Lord, it says Yahweh, Yah, Ha, Wah, and Ha. Go ahead.
Now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh.
And this is what he said to Moses about Pharaoh. Go ahead.
For with a strong hand shall he let them go.
And he said, check out what I'm going to do to Pharaoh. And after I do it, he's going to aggressively let y'all go. Go ahead.
And with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land.
And they're going to want y'all gone once I do what I'm going to do. He going to free you and let you go when I'm finished with him. Go ahead. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. That's where the mafia movies get it from. The Most High. He makes people an offer they can't refuse. Once he put that hell on them, they let Israel go. Read.
Verse 2. And God spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am the Lord.
So he told Moses, he said, I'm the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And I appeared unto Abraham.
I appeared unto Abraham. When he said, I am the Lord, did I send you 6 and 3? Or I just sent you Exodus 3 and 13, or 3rd chapter.
I can pull up 6
I think the first one, what does it say? Is that it?
This is Exodus 6 and 1.
Okay. What's the first 2 I sent you?
Con, sir.
Because this is what?
That was Exodus 6 and 1.
That was Exodus 6 and 1.
Yeah, when I bowed with you.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's the one I'm looking at. Right. No sweat. No sweat. So at the bottom of this, turn a little bit. So it says again, the direct translation from the Hebrew. I'm gonna read it in English exactly how the Hebrew is written. God of your fathers, which is power, which is Alahaya, that's God of your fathers. The God of Abraham, Alahayim, Abraham, which is Abraham. The God of Isaac, Alahaya, Aitazakwak. You understand? When you go down and read the English of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is this 6 and 1? No, that's 3 and 15. Slocky. No sweat. So, but in the Hebrew, I think I labeled it. It should be labeled.
I have it pulled up on the
Okay, get that.
I was gonna pull it up and for everybody to see it. You can break it down.
Yeah, good. No sweat. So that was Exodus 3rd chapter, which I'm gonna get to in a minute. But here the Lord said, I am the Lord. He told you who he is, but now Exodus, you got it? Okay, no sweat. So read Exodus 6 and 1, go up. It don't have the English on it.
Oh, sorry, English is there.
Over the top. Right, but it ain't side to side like this thing I sent earlier, side to side. I got you. Okay, no sweat. So when you read down, it say, let me see, the Lord said unto Moses, that's in the beginning. So in the beginning, read it up some. Oh, it said, Wa Amar, which is said, Wa Amar, 6 and 1 in the Hebrew starts with Wa Amar, which is and said, Yahweh, which is the Lord said. In the English, you write it, the Lord said. In the Hebrew is Wa Amar, Yahweh, which is the Lord said. That's the name. That's Yahweh. That's his name, and it means the Lord. That's the translation. The Lord meaning he's the most high. He's the top. He's Lord of everything. You understand? He's the boss of everything. Now go to Exodus 3 and 13. And again, Hebrew class, you can go into more detail because there's more scriptures too that go into the same thing. Here, now that's just saying who he is. Now he's going to tell you what his name is in Exodus 3. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3 and verse 13. And Moses said unto God.
Moses said unto God, God meaning power, in the Hebrew is Alahayim, which is just a title for the Most High. Read.
Behold.
The Most High is a title too. You understand? God, the Yahweh, his name is Yahweh, God of Israel. Yahweh is his name. God is a title, the God of Israel. The Most High is a title of the Most High. The Lord of Hosts is a title, you understand? But the Lord is his name. Go ahead.
Behold, when I'm come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the God of your fathers have sent me unto you.
Slaki, did you Slaki, if I could backtrack, you read and appeared unto Abraham. Did you read that in Exodus 6? The 3rd verse?
I didn't finish it, sir.
Read that again, the 3rd verse, Exodus 6 and 3.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 6 and verse 3. And I appeared unto Abraham.
So we all know he's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Lord appeared unto Abraham. Go ahead.
Unto Isaac.
And unto Isaac, our grandfathers. Go ahead. Isaac is Abraham's son. Go ahead.
And unto Jacob.
And unto Jacob. The Lord came to all 3 of our patriarchs, our forefathers of Israel. Read.
By the name of God Almighty.
He came to them, and they only knew him by God Almighty. Like, this is the Almighty God here. You understand? But we know this is the God that comes to us. Go ahead.
But by my name.
But by my name, go ahead.
Yahweh.
Yahweh, they got written in the English. Most Bibles say Jehovah. That's where Jehovah Witnesses get twisted at because they change it and twist it up. But it's actually Yahweh. And he said, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they knew him by God Almighty, but by his actual name, Yahweh, go ahead,
was I not known to them.
was he not known to them. Now go to Exodus 3 and 13. And once again, Yahweh meaning Lord, the Lord.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 3 and verse 13. And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them.
So Moses is asking the Most High. He said, Lord, when I come to the Israel, when I come to the people, they're going and say unto them what?
The God of your fathers have sent me unto you.
So Moses know he's going to go to the Israelites and tell his people, listen, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he the one sent me to you. Go ahead.
And they shall say to me.
And he knew Israel. He knew what they would say. They're going to say to me, Lord, go ahead.
What is his name?
What is his name? What is his name? Because throughout our history, we only knew him as the God of our fathers or God Almighty, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. Go ahead.
What shall I say unto them?
What should I tell them your name is, Lord? Go ahead.
Verse 14. And God said unto Moses.
And the power said unto Moses, go ahead.
I am that I am.
I am that I am. Like the Most High is being sarcastic to Moses. Oh, they're going to ask you who I am? Listen, I am that I am. Like, I'm everything. You understand? I'm that power. I'm the power of your fathers. I'm the power to do great things. I am all of it. I am. I am that I am. Go ahead.
And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you.
Right. Tell them I am. You know, today we call the Most High the beneficent, right? That's damn near what he said. I'm the beneficent. I'm all power. You understand? I'm everything. I am that I am. Go tell them I am have sent me unto you. And a lot of you Christian Israelites, you take that and you call the Most High I am. You understand? Anya, I heard. Anya. Anya. Baba Kishar, Anya. You understand? That the Lord was being sarcastic with Moses. Read on.
Verse 15.
Because he just said his name in Exodus 6. He said, my name. Go ahead.
And God said moreover unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel.
Then he came back and said, listen, Moses, this is what you're going to tell the children of Israel. Go ahead.
The Lord God of your fathers.
The Lord God of your fathers, which in the Hebrew it reads, Yahweh, Allahaya of your fathers. Go ahead.
The God of Abraham.
The power of Abraham.
The God of Isaac.
So he's telling them the Lord is God of your fathers. Yahweh is the God of your fathers. He's the power of Abraham and the power of Isaac. Go ahead.
And the God of Jacob.
And the power of Jacob. Once again, go ahead.
Have sent me unto you.
This is the God that sent you to them. You tell them that. Read.
This is my name forever.
And this is my name forever. What's the name? The Lord. When he said the Lord, it says Yahweh in the Hebrew, God of your fathers. This is my name. Go ahead.
And this is my memorial unto all generations.
And this is my memorial unto all generations. That's what the Lord said. Now I'm gonna go. Now we got give me that last. You got 15 right there. Con, right in the Hebrew, right?
Con.
No sweat, no sweat. I'm gonna grab it off my phone too. Con. All right, that's the first one. No sweat, con. No problem, no problem. Con. Let me see what they can say. Oh, I see. Con. Let me go up. Okay, con. What am I? Wait, 3 and 15, right? Okay, con. So now this is the Hebrew, the translation, right? It said and said. This is the direct English from the Hebrew. Hebrew is spoken a little backwards. You understand? It's just like similar to Spanish and other languages. You understand? It said, and said, this is the direct English translation, and said, moreover, God, which is Elohim, to Moses, Mashah, thus ye shall say, it said, Slakia, Ka Fa'amar, thus you shall say, to the sons, Banya of Israel, or children, Banya of Israel, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, they have for his name. Yahweh, let me see. Yeah, Slakia. I think that I'm cut off after that. 3:15. Hold up. Oh, come. Where? Come.
But the English ain't next to the Hebrew. Oh, sorry, English is right here.
Come, but it ain't, you know what I'm saying. Right next to each other.
Format's a little different.
Come. I got you. No sweat. He has sent me unto you. Okay, I got you. It says, the God of your fathers, of Jacob, I'm skipping the Hebrew for this part, have sent me unto you. Al Yakum, this, which is Zah, my name, Shamyah, forever. La'ilum. You understand? Talk about Yahweh. That's what he just said in the beginning. He said, Yahweh, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, the power of Jacob, have sent me unto you. This is my name forever. You understand? So these are two, there's a scripture, and there's many other where he says, this is my name. My name. In Exodus 6, he said, by my name, Yahweh, I was not known to them. This one he's saying, this is my name forever. The water too, for the Hebrew. So that's the Lord's name. You understand? That's why we call him the Lord. That's what Yahweh means. Even Yahweh, which is the tribe of Judah, named after the Lord, means the Lord's servant. The Lord thanks. Salakia. I think I'm coming down with a cold. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. So that's it. That's it on that. The Lord said, all right, let's go to the second question. Second question should be quick.
May I get a breakdown on Revelation 6, the meaning of the four horsemen and their role today?
This is a question the brother sent in again, but y'all got to check out episode 35. Episode 35, I go into the four horsemen. I'll just go briefly today. You understand? The white horse is talking about the spirit of Christ. You know what I'm saying? He coming to bring judge. That's why he got the bow. He got the staff. It's a staff bow. The bow meaning staff. And he you know, it's a fighting staff. So he coming on with the spirit of Christ. That's the white horse. The red horse is the spirit of conflict and warfare. The black horse was the spirit of famine, you understand, where the Lord bringing to the earth and destruction. And the pale horse was the spirit of judgment and death. Judgment and death. So episode 35 goes into them, and it gives you the precept in the Old Testament about the same thing. You understand? So let's go to question 3.
Sir.
Can you explain salvation coming to the Gentiles and the branches and who's grafted in Romans 11 in the 11th chapter?
No sweat. Let's get that. This one. I'm gonna start from 1. In the 11th chapter, the main chapter he talking about is Romans 11 and 21. But I'm gonna go into I'm gonna start with Romans 11, 1 and 2. Then I'm gonna jump down.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people?
This is a question that Paul is asking, man. Paul had the spirit of the Lord on him and the spirit of Christ. And he said, I'm saying, have the Most High cast away his people? Did the God of Israel cast away Israelites? Are we gone? Because during that time, that's what they were saying. They were saying the Lord is getting rid of us. And even in this time, especially when I came to the truth, there was a lot of them 5%ers and other cats were saying, ain't no more Israel. Christians were saying there's no more Israel. Then they learned the hard way. Yeah, we still here. We still here, kicking and strong. Stronger than ever. Because that's what they tried to say. Read.
God forbid.
God forbid. Meaning hell no. Lord ain't do away with his people. Paul said it back then. Go ahead.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham,
Right.
of the tribe of Benjamin. Verse 1, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Paul saying, I'm an Israelite. Hell, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We Israelites in here right now. You understand? The same Negroes that was telling us Israel's done away with were Israelites, suffering the curses from Israel. Blew their mind when we showed it to them in the Bible. Showed them their whole life in the Bible because they Israelites. Read.
God have not cast away his people, which he foreknew.
Once again, in Amos, the Lord said, you only have I known, talking to the Israelites. And he said, he have not cast away his people, the people that he knows, the people that's close to him. Read.
What ye not what the scripture saith of Elias?
Talking about Elijah. Go ahead.
How he maketh intercession to God against Israel?
Go ahead.
Saying, verse 3, Lord, they have killed thy prophets.
Lord, Elijah thought all the what did it say? Elijah or Isaiah? What did it say?
Elias.
Elijah. He said, Lord, they didn't got rid of all the prophets. Go ahead.
And dig down thine altars.
And destroyed all our holy places. Go ahead.
And I am left alone.
And I'm the only one left. It serves you, Lord. Go ahead.
And they seek my life.
And now they're trying to kill me. There's going to be nobody left. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men.
The Lord ain't never got rid of Israel. Right. Even when it looked bad for us and we looked few in number, he had him a team reserved. In 2021, that team is the ISUPK.
Right. That's right.
He got his team still reserved. In 2021, jump down to first hold that before I continue with Romans. Go to Ezekiel 37 and 15 as a precept. I'm going to come back to Romans.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying,
and this is a prophecy way back during the time of Ezekiel. Right. What did the Lord say?
Verse 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions.
Because during this time in the Old Testament, the Lord was pissed off at the nation because of our sins and transgressions, and he separated us. He separated what was called Judah and the other Israelites that were his companions, like Benjamin and Levi. They were in the motherland and still in Jerusalem, even during the time of Christ. Those were the main tribes in the land of Jerusalem, in Israel at that time. Read.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all of the house of Israel, his companions.
And the Lord separated the other part of Israel, the Israelites, which was called Israel, and all the other tribes that rolled with them, which is Ephraim. Joseph was Ephraim's father, so Ephraim represents Joseph, and all the other tribes, which you would call today the Spanish-speaking tribes or the Indian tribes. Those are the same tribes in the Apocrypha that sailed across great lands and great waters and came into a land that never a man dwelt in these Americas, man. Those are those tribes. But the Lord said that to Ezekiel, take Judah and take the other Ephraim and the other Israelites, meaning Negroes, Hispanics, and Indians. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And join them one to another.
And take them, because I know I separated them, but a time is coming where they're going to come together, man. So I want you to show the symbolism of me bringing them back together in the future. You're going to put their names on one stick, then put the other tribes on the other stick, then you're going to bring them together. Go ahead.
To another, and join them one to another into one stick.
Into one stick. You're going to make them into one stick. Go ahead.
And they shall become one in thine hand.
And Ezekiel was told to show the people that all the tribes are back together again. Although they were separated, he told him to write on a stick, which is wood, our 12 tribe sign. Write all the tribes down, Judah and Israel, together on one piece of wood, And he said, let them be one in your hand and let the people see it. Let the people see it. Why? Because in the future, he was going to bring all the tribes back together. That's what we're reading about in Romans. Now go back to Romans 11. I think you should start at 11. Romans 11 and 11.
Go, God. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 11.
So we already read where Paul said the Lord did not do away with the Israelites. He said he's an Israelite. He living proof the Lord ain't do away with the Israelites. Romans 11 and 11.
This book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall?
Meaning the Israelites have fallen, man. The Romans are in charge back during that time. Hell, Americans are in charge today, which is modern day Rome, modern day Egypt. But have we stumbled that we should fall? Meaning, are we gone once again? Are we done away with? Are we finished? Is there no saving us? Go ahead.
God forbid.
God forbid. Read.
But rather through their fall.
But when Judah fell, when the ones in Israel and in Jerusalem, when they fell from grace for the Lord for sinning, go ahead, the Pharisees and Sadducees didn't believe in Christ. They were selfish and teaching for doctrines, the commandments of men, pissed the Most High off. So he brought them down. He brought the Pharisees and Sadducees down, who were the priestly, godly leadership for the nation in Israel during that time. The other Spanish tribes, most of them had left already. So it was just Judah that was left, and Benjamin and Levi. You understand? But they were so disrespectful to the Most High, like we are today, that the Lord cut them off. And he said, because of their fall, rather through their fall, go ahead.
Salvation is come unto the Gentiles.
Because of their fall, now we can bring the Gentiles back in. Who are the Gentiles? It ain't talking about our oppressor. It ain't talking about the French and the Germans. It ain't talking about the Africans. These Gentiles are talking about the Israelites that were cut off, the nation of Israel, because they had not been in the motherland for so long, and the Lord cut them off a long time ago. They were considered heathens and Gentiles. Y'all remember when Cornelius came up to Peter, and Peter said, you know, it's unlawful for a man that's a Jew, because he was of the commonwealth, the Jews, Judah, Benjamin, Levi in Israel. He said it's unlawful for us to deal with somebody from another nation, because the rest of the tribes of Israel, they was considered not Israelites no more. They was considered a whole nother nations and heathens, because the Lord had cut them off. But the Lord is saying here, when Judah went and sinned, and I had to bring them down, you know, it made them no different from the Gentiles, made them different, right, no different from Israel and the rest of the tribes. Go ahead.
For to provoke them to jealousy.
To provoke them to jealousy, to show Judah, you know, listen, y'all done messed up, man. And now the Lord didn't open the door to Israel. So y'all should see, even though they was cut off, they coming back now. You had devout men from all nations under heaven. You understand? Y'all should see that and be jealous. Jealous enough to get yourself right now.
Right.
Jealous enough for you to come back now, even though I'm cutting you off too. Read.
Verse 12. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world.
So if Judah and Benjamin and Levi fallen from the graces in the land of Israel, because hell, when them Romans rolled up on us and we had to run up out of there, you know they fell. That's the fall. You understand? They fell. So if the fall of them be the riches of the Gentiles, what does it mean, the riches? Meaning Ephraim, Simeon, Gad, all the other tribes, now they're allowed to come back in and be a part of the actual commonwealth now. You understand? And be rich in spirit until we receive this kingdom that's coming, man. That's the riches of the Gentile, being called Israelites again, being part of the 12 tribes again. Go ahead.
And the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles.
Uh-huh.
How much more their fullness?
How much more therefore? How much more the fullness of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi? If the Gentiles are allowed to come back and get right after all that they had done, you understand? Surely Judah can be full too. You understand? How much more full can Judah be? Read.
Verse 13.
The Lord is merciful. You know what I'm saying? Even in our destruction, we still got chances. You understand? Read.
For I speak to you, Gentiles. And as much as I am the apostle of the Gentiles,
And Paul was speaking to them tribes that was broken off. You understand? Because he was the apostle of them. He was sent to them. He was sent to them to teach them, to bring them back. Why? To fulfill that prophecy that he told Ezekiel, bringing them two sticks together back into one stick. Read.
I magnify mine office. Verse 14. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh,
Right.
and might save some of them.
So remember, the Lord said for to provoke them to jealousy. So if Paul's saying by raising up these Gentiles and being their apostle, being their leader and their teacher, he hoped he can provoke his own flesh, that Judah, Benjamin, Levi, provoke the commonwealth, you understand. Go ahead. Provoke them what? And might what?
Provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them.
And might save some of them. Maybe they can also come back because the Lord didn't cut them off. So maybe they could see and be jealous and be provoked to emulation to come back home, just like the Lord is allowing the other tribes to come home. Go ahead.
Verse 14. If by any means, verse 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world.
And again, it ain't talking about all people on the planet. It's talking about the world of Israel. If the casting away of Judah be the reconciling of the world, meaning Israel, go ahead.
What shall the receiving of them be? But life from the dead.
Right. If I cast Judah away to show Israel that, come on, y'all can come on in now. Judah didn't fail. If I done did that, how great and glorious, which is glorious. To receive Israel back home is glorious. The Lord is saying, what shall the receiving of them be? Meaning, how glorious would it be to bring Judah back also? Go ahead.
Verse 17. Verse 16. For if
the last line in 15. I don't know if you read it. Read it again.
But life from the dead.
That's the receiving of them. Like the Lord's saying, I know I cut Israel off, right? But Judah out of order too. So I'm cutting them off. And I'm letting Israel back in. Now that's a glorious thing. But how much more glorious it'll be when Judah comes back home, you understand, and returns from life from the dead, returns from the dead. And now them two sticks together again. Read.
Verse 16. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy.
The first fruit is Judah, Benjamin, Levi. That's the first fruit, right? Now, if they're holy, hell, the lump got to be holy too. The lump is also holy. Go ahead.
And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
And if the root holy, so are the branches. It's the same tree. They from the same family, the same tree. So if the root is holy, then the branches are holy too. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree,
like a wild olive tree, meaning you ain't the normal tree. You like different. You've been separated. You understand? That's what Israel was. Judah. What is it say? Where we at? What verse?
17, sir.
17, right. So if some of the branches of this tree been broken off, and you, Israel, you a wild olive tree. You've been all over the place. That's why I cut you off so long ago. You understand? Read after that.
And thou being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them.
Read.
And with them partakers of the root and the fatness of the olive tree.
Now you back in Israel. Now you partaking of the root and the fatness of the olive tree, because you all the same tree. You know what I mean? He the root, you the branches. If the branches were broken off, you know what I'm saying, and grafted back in, then you could still partake of the root. You know what I'm saying? We one family, in other words, that the Lord wants to come together. By speaking so poetically, go ahead.
Verse 18. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, bearest not the root. Thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
Like one half can't talk about the other half. You can't talk about the branches. You can't say, now we in there, Judah done. Judah done, because if you boast, You don't bear the root bared you. They held on all this time to let you be able to come in. You understand? So don't brag and boast like, oh, the Lord is against Judah. We back in this thing. We in charge now. No, don't boast. You understand? Because you came in, you don't, it's a but if you boast, you bear not the root, but the root bared you. You know what I'm saying? The root carried the name of Israel on their backs all this time. I'm cutting them off now, but them holding it down all this time, now you allowed to come in. So don't talk S-H-I-T, in other words. Read.
Verse 19. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear.
Because of faith, thou standest. But it said, because of unbelief, they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Meaning, once again, this goes to Acts 2 and 5, where you had devout Jews out of every nation under heaven. We were scattered in all nations and under the heathen and everything, but we still kept our spirit, man. We still knew we were Israelites, and we just kept going in the hopes that one day we'd come back home. You understand? So they stood by faith. You understand? But Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, although they was the priests, although they was in the commonwealth, they didn't believe in Christ. They didn't believe in Christ. They didn't believe in what the Most High was doing. You understand? They didn't believe, so they were broken off. You understand? Read 21.
Verse 21. For if God spared not the natural branches, take heed, lest he also spare not thee.
So in other words, the Most High saying, be warned, Israel. I'm bringing you back in, but you better remember, I didn't spare the natural branches. So you better take heed before I not spare you. So in other words, everybody shut their mouth and come back home.
Right.
Join together and let's be the 12 tribes of Israel, not Judah and Levi. I mean, not Judah and Israel. Let's be one nation again. Right. Fulfilling prophecy, man. And you see in the ISUPK, boy, them tribes coming through. Young tribes coming in. Like, yeah, I know I got work to do. I'm bringing more of my tribes in, man. They went down to them Acuna, you understand, and busted up with Levi, busted up with Ephraim, busted up with Issachar, you know what I'm saying? They got it in, and it was a lovely day, you understand? So with that, I'm going to keep moving. What did I do? Let's go to the next question. Okay.
Shalom, sir. How should we look at the new song Essence by WizKid featuring Tim?
Time is 12:50. Con. The new song Essence by, and I don't know, a lot of you heard that song. It got a nice little tune and beat. I don't know, you heard that song? You know the song? You heard iBot? They play it all day on the radio. That's good. They get so immersed in the warfare, they probably ain't even heard it. But some Israelites heard it. You know what I'm saying? It's a male that sings it and a woman. You know, I don't want no other body. That song. Dun, 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 dun. I don't want no other body. That's how the words go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can look it up later. But the answer is, listen, they are both Nigerian. They are the youngest son of Noah. Both of them. You understand? They are Hamites. You know what I'm saying? The cat's name is WizKid, and the chick that sing on there, her name is Tim's. And I always thought it was something funny about the song because the accent wasn't quite Benjamin, it wasn't quite Levi, or they were fronting damn near trying to be that. It was a little off. You understand? So I understand your question, you know what I'm saying? But listen, the ISUPK stance is you can like heathen music. It's not a sin to enjoy music from our oppressor. Right. Some of them got talent. You understand? You can like a song from a Hamite. You understand? Bob Marley was a whole Edomite. You understand? You can like his songs. There's no sin to it. You understand? There's no problem. But you cannot think that they are us. Right. You cannot accept them like they're our people. I don't care how good of music they sound. You know, how good the song is. You understand? They can't join with us. You got to remember that. They can't be an Israelite just because they can sing, which takes me back to some Christian Israelite groups. There was a Christian Israelite that came against Captain Tahawar and Captain Tazaryak so long ago, and another brother. So, and when they came against him, they blazed on him right there on the streets of New York, man. And this same Christian Israelites, they used to say that they said Bruce Lee was an Israelite because he could fight. They actually said John Travolta was an Israelite because he danced so goddamn good. You understand? We got heathens all up in our world because, once again, Israelites, we want to accept everybody. You understand? And we always giving away our flavor and accepting people. And listen, and they get more money than us when they come in. They get more money than an actual Israelite doing the same thing. We've always had heathens making songs. Hell, Nipsey Hussle wasn't one of us. Akon is not an Israelite. DJ Khaled is not an Israelite. And he the best. We the best. Producing all type of songs. Puff Daddy brought him on board. You know what I'm saying? A while back, I mentioned Bob Marley. A lot of people like this song. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with liking the songs, but do not accept these people into your chest. Do not accept them as being you. I sent you the definition for sound. Do you have it? No sweat. I'm gonna read this definition here. No sweat. Give me Ecclesiasticus and Apocrypha, 26 and 19. I think I might have texted to you. I'm not sure. I think I did a screenshot.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 19. My son,
Talking to Israelites, the sons of God, the children of the Most High. My son, go ahead.
Keep the flower of thine age sound.
Keep the flower of your age sound, the Lord is saying. The flower of your age is when you young, strong, strapping, you just come into your manhood, you good and strong, full of energy, full of talent, full of flavor. You know what I'm saying? You're not too young, you're not children, and you ain't too old. You ain't no elder. You're in the flower of your age. The Lord said to keep it sound. Now, there's a lot of definitions for sound. The sound this is talking about is the adjective sound. You can look it up. It says sound, an adjective, based on reason, sense, or judgment. That's the definition in the Britannica dictionary, whatever dictionary you find, you could probably find this if you look down. And that sound can be a noun, it could be a verb, but this one is the adjective. Keep the flower of thine age sound. Example is sound advice. Somebody say, I went to the counselor or the doctor and he gave me sound advice on, how to maintain my health. Meaning good, wise advice, good judgment on how to stay healthy. So that's what this sound is. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound. Be wise. You know what I'm saying? Have good judgment. Have good reason. Read.
And give not thy strength to strangers.
And another thing, don't give your strength to strangers. Because if you was sound in your youth and in your strength and in your talent, if you were sound, you understand, if you were sensible, you know what I'm saying, if you were reasonable, if you had good judgment, you understand, you would not give your strength unto strangers. So don't accept these people because they got some talent. You understand? I think Adele is an Edomite, right? She sing the hell out of a song. That old Edomite woman. You understand? Yeah, comedians make you listen. And that's what they're going to be, your diet entertainment. They're going to make us laugh in the kingdom, the ones that survive, the ones that's funny.
Right.
And they're going to be trying to be funny because if they ain't funny, we ain't going to have no use for them. And you know what that means? If you're useless, why you here? Let's get rid of you. You understand? So they're going to try to have some talent, try to do something to entertain us. You understand? They're going to volunteer to go get more gold. Let me go get you more gold, my Lord. Please don't kill me. You understand? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to let them. Who knows? Who knows, I buy. You understand? Give me Matthew 13 and 30.
I don't come.
You know what I mean? They're going to entertain the hell out of us in the kingdom. I'm going to get all the fast ones and create races and Olympics. the godly Olympics.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
Let both grow together until the harvest.
Right. You're going to have a lot of heathens trying to get up in our world. You understand? You ain't got to beat them up. You understand? You ain't got to assault them. Just don't accept them as your people. You understand? And a lot of you Christian Israelites, you so soft, man. You ask a cat where you from, he tell you Nigeria. You like, you sure? Who is your father? Where your father from? If they say Nigeria, let them be Nigerian. Right. At the end, the Lord gonna bring them in anyway if he's an Israelite. Right. But we ain't supposed to fight to make somebody an Israelite. You understand? I'm from Ghana. You sure? You from the West Coast? How was your father? Was he from the West Coast of Africa? There's a lot of Israelites. We everywhere. You understand? But you ask them who their father are. If they say from Africa, I'm an African, I'm all the one doing you know what I'm saying? Let them be that. They are the youngest son of Noah. I used to look at that Seal, that singer. A lot of you might be too young to know Seal. He got the marks on his face. I said, who is this cat? His mama is the youngest son of Noah, but his daddy is a Brazilian. They call him an Afro-Brazilian. He's dark-skinned Brazilian. You understand? So he's an Israelite. You understand? Let both grow together until the harvest. Go ahead.
And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together.
And the reapers are the angels. The metaphor, a parable about the Lord sending the angels, Christ and the angels. They are the reapers. And when he sends the reapers, go ahead.
Gather ye together first the tares.
The tares, man. The tares, go ahead.
And bind them in bundles.
Right. Once again, the Lord said it's time of the harvest. He said, first we got to gather together the tares. Go ahead.
Bind them in bundles to burn them.
And burn them. The tares are going to be burned out of our nation. Don't sweat that. The reapers are coming. And they're going to separate the non-Israelites from us and burn them. Go ahead.
But gather the wheat into my barn.
But the wheat, the real Israelites, the 12 tribes by daddy and their father's father and their father's father by seed, by the flesh, them, the Lord said, gather them into my barn. It's a parable about wheat or metaphor about wheat and tares, but Israelites are the wheat. There's going to be gathered among to the Lord. And the tares are all these pretenders and fakers who we want to be Israelites so damn bad, they're going to be separated and burned. Go to 25 and 32, last scripture. Matthew 25 and 32.
The book of Matthew, 25 and verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So when our King, Yahushua Christ, come back in all his glory, the beautiful black man that he is, with all the black angels with him, all the nations going to be gathered together. Every race, every ethnicity, they're going to be coming together trying to stop Christ. A lot of you are going to be with heathens and not even know they're heathens because you accept any damn body. Read.
And he shall separate them one from another.
But the Lord is going to separate the nations. He's going to separate Israelites from Edomites, from Moabites, from Ammonites. He's going to separate them one from another. Go ahead.
As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
So you can try to unify all you want, be together with all men with your rainbow coalition and hands across America. When Christ come back, everybody's being separated anyway.
Right.
Why? Because he said the Israelites are to be holy because he is holy. And to be holy is to be separate and different from everybody else. So he's going to separate us. That's going to happen. So just don't give these people your love. You can sing their song if you want. God damn it. You can sing the song. It's going to grow on you. I hear it all day, every day. It's going. I know half the words because they play it so much. You understand? You can like the songs of a heathen, but don't try to make a heathen an Israelite.
Right.
They will not share in the glory of Christ with us. They will not get the kingdom of heaven with us. With that, I'm going to say shalom, Israel. The water for coming through, the water for tuning in. I'll see y'all next week, Lord willing. Next week, we're going to be in Vegas also. So, the water. Shalom.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on West for life, nigga. This a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a class for you, my nigga.
140 for the rebel.
The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, sin the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. I trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rankings give me, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a damn sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind fit. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like Van Pelt, but ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that offense or Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death do us part. No. So how you feel about this truth I done shown you? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name. So you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital 9, murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In Pop Smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead. It's all I don't. Either photo, salute my nigga. Salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs. They under anesthesia. Shorty say she leave me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah, yeah.